Hi! Today we're going to talk about our Valentine's Day this year that started with a beautiful walk on Lyngby Sø and ended up with me going to the hospital.
We're the Youngs.
We've spent our lives traveling the world, and in 2018 we moved from
Chicago, Illinois to
Copenhagen, Denmark.
Now we want to share with you
how our new lives abroad
is keeping us young.
keeping us young.
are helping to keep us young.
Hi! It may look like I am standing on a snowy field here in Denmark, but we are not. We are standing on top of the Lyngby Sø. It has totally frozen over. Apparently this is the first time this has happened in about 11 years, and there are tons of people out here on ice skates, they're pulling sleds, they're skiing, they're just all kind of hanging out on the lake. And this is something Josh and I have never experienced. We've seen this, in movies and stuff from like Grumpy Old Men that takes place in Minnesota, but we've never actually been able to do this. So we're gonna give it a try. So let's go. On the lake, and we have captured poor Emily here. She's very graciously agreed to answer some questions. So how long has it been since the lake has frozen over like this? It's been quite a few years, right?
Yes, I think it's about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And when I had small children, we walked at the lake at that time.
Yeah.
And it's
And did you bring your
fantastic.
stroller out with you?
I brought my stroller and my kids, and they were having fun on the ice. And it's very beautiful weather now.
Yeah,
and,
the
it's
sun is
fantastic
out
to
and-
walk on the lake. I just talked to my friends, and we were talking about how fantastic it was to walk on the middle of the sea.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
so crazy. And
Yeah.
and when Josh and I were driving yesterday, we saw so many people out on the lake, and we were like, oh, that's insane. But then we walked on the ice, and it's very, very thick. The ice is really, really
Yes.
thick, and so it is quite safe.
Yes,
to
it's
be out
quite
here.
safe, but you have to be sure that it's safe.
Yeah, definitely.
In Copenhagen, they open the seas there
Yeah.
too, and it's beautiful in there.
Yeah.
I went there yesterday.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
we saw some people out
Yeah.
there too. So, well, thank you so much.
Yes, you're welcome, and have a
appreciate
nice
it.
day.
Yeah, and have a good walk.
Bye.
As you can see, things did not end well for me at the lake. I ended up tearing my MCL, which is the ligament that's on the inside of your knee, on my left knee. And Josh happened to be recording this, and I totally thought it was going to be super dramatic, and you can just see for yourself. So here we are, I'm ready. I've decided that I'm going to do this fun penguin belly slide thing, and I'm all ready to go. And here I'm just kind of like thinking about, I'm getting ready, I'm going to go. And I go, and I just botched the launch. I don't even have words to explain what I did. I don't know what I did, but as you can see, my left leg is out in front of me, which is not what you want to do when you're belly flop launching. And at that point, I just kind of sat on my leg. So you can see that it's bent like totally backwards in the wrong way. And right about then is when I heard my knee pop. And you never want to hear a joint pop because it's usually a ligament tearing. And so I just immediately knew that things had gone wrong. And it was just not going to end well. So I really pulled my knee up to stop myself from going any further. And then I just kind of crumpled up on the top of the lake. Poor Josh was standing there and he was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "No." I knew instantly that I had totally messed up my knee. I couldn't move it. I was in a ton of pain. And so we quickly, thankfully there were some people there on the lake who came over. They helped me get up. They helped me get to the dock. I couldn't put any weight on my leg. And then Josh ran home. We thankfully had some crutches that Maya had from when she got a giant splinter in her foot a couple years ago. And I had to walk back to the house because we had walked to Lyngby Sø from our house. And on the way we called to see if I could get into the hospital, which I could. So we got back to the car. He dropped me off at the hospital. And they did, a bunch of tests. Like, there's not too many tests that you need to do to figure out if somebody's really screwed up their leg. But they did some x-rays to make sure I hadn't broken anything, which I hadn't. And they came back and just said that it's a sprain. But when it comes to the MCL ligament, there's 3 grades of sprains. There's a grade 1, grade 2, and a grade 3. And grade 1's like super mild. Grade 2 is actually a partial tear, and then grade 3 is a full tear. And so I'm kind of in that middle ground where, I am fairly certain that pop was a tear, because I'm still, 5 days later in a ton of pain, and can't do a whole lot. But hopefully in 4 to 6 weeks, I'll be back to normal and I'll be able to do things again. But poor Josh and Maya have been having to do everything around the house because I just can't do anything. I'm still in a ton of pain and stuff. So, but fingers crossed, I'll be able to do something. I won't be able to do winter bathing. I think by the time my knee is better, winter bathing season will be gone. So maybe we'll have to wait for that until next year. But, you live and learn. I am reminded that I'm 42 and can't do these things, and maybe I need to learn how to penguin slide before I attempt this again. But anyway, that's my story. I'm fine. I'll survive. I'm just going to be slow for a bit. But anyway, thanks for joining us again today. We love you guys. We love all your comments, all your support. The growth on the channel has been crazy town. We just reached 6,000 subscribers, which is insane to me. But thank you so much. And be sure to like and subscribe if you like this video, and we will catch you again next time. Okay, bye.
So I've made it to the car, and it really hurts. And we called the emergency line, and so they made me an appointment at Gentofte Hospital, so that's where I get to go now. And we'll see how badly I messed up my knee.